welcome back to my channel. I'm Mia and today I'm going to show you guys how I apply my tape-in extensions on my short hair. And if you want to learn how I get this look, then continue watching and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, what's up everyone? I'm Mia. I'm a licensed cosmetologist here in Los Angeles and I am going to show you guys how I apply my tape-in extensions. Yeah, right now this is what we're working with. We're working with the short hair. Don't mind my setup. I'm busy. I don't have time. I literally just want to get this video out because I feel like you guys can use it. What I've already done, I already had these tape-ins. I applied my first tape-ins in November. And it was my first time applying them to my short hair. They worked out really well, but there was also some things that I wanted to adjust and switch so that I can do it better this time. So what I had already done is I had the tape-ins in. What I did the removal process. I removed them, I reapplied the tapes, and these are now the extensions that we're working with. I reapplied the sticker onto them, and yeah, now basically they just need to be put on. To start with, this is usually how they come in whenever you buy a pack of them. I'm going to show you how I apply one tape-in more towards the front, and then I'm going to do the back off camera, and then I will show you like the actual like step by step, like the placement of them, of how I place them. Whenever I do my extensions in the back, it's a lot of picking up the mirror, looking in the back, it's a lot of like checking it. So I don't really think that I can get that on camera, but I'm going to show you how I apply one, and then I will do the back, and I'll show you. Alright, so since I've already done them on myself, I already know like where I want them to go. What you want to do, you want to start off with straight parting. And this one right here is just going to show you how to apply a tape-in extension. First, what you want to do when applying tape-ins, you want to shampoo your hair. What I have already done is I've shampooed my hair with clarifying shampoo twice, honestly like 3 times, until you get it squeaky clean in the shower. This is going to make sure that there's no oils left over on your scalp and going to make sure that you're left with a clean slate so that the tape-ins can stick really well to your hair. And then you want to just blow dry your hair and blow dry it to your normal parting, no conditioner, and you're ready to go. You want to make sure that you apply it about 1/4 inch away from the scalp. You don't want to apply it too close or else it'll stick out, and you don't want to apply it too low because that just doesn't look good. What you do, you really just take this, and what I do is I kind of pull the hair down and then I just place it and I press it on just like that. You take the tape in like this and you lift it up just like that, and you want to make sure that there's like a little bit of hair just like that that's covering it. So like if I go like this, you can see that there's like a thin slice right there. So what you do, you twist it up, take your clip and you clip it so that the hair is up. So then what you want to do, you want to flip your tape in over and you want to match it up to the first one. There you go. So here's our first tape-in. Honestly, this one might be a little too close to the scalp, but it's doable. It's just kind of pulling a little bit, which that's okay, but you don't want it to be pulling. You'll know if it's pulling too much, and if so, you just have to take your remover, put it on here, and then just, take it out. Sure that there's not too much hair in between, then they're not going to stick together. And then you also want to make sure there's not too thin. And too thin is whenever there's not enough hair to even cover up from start to finish. And then when that happens, which I've had that happen, which is not like the biggest problem, but it is not fun, whenever it's just like holding a little tiny, like it's kind of just like hanging on like this to a little like strand, and it pulls your hair more and it's not good for it, so you don't want to do that. So now that we know how to apply one tape-in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I do the back, and then I'm going to apply as many as I do in one section, and then I will show you what that looks like from there. A little bit lower, and I stick it. Okay, so we clip it up, check it, make sure it's in a good position. Basically, I just take the mirror just like this. I like to do it sitting literally on the floor because I can get close to the big mirror that I have that's right here. Like, let me show you. This is what's going on here. To like be able to see it, as detailed as possible so that I match it correctly. Then you take that down and you flip that over. It's all good, away from the scalp. And voila, that's our second tape and extension. That's what we have right now. I've been trained in extensions, but that's it, and I am newer to them. I have applied a few clients and I have done myself. This is the second time, but you know, I am a beginner in the experience, and I'm not gonna lie about that. This is just what I know and what I've learned. And if you ask, why do I choose to do this to myself and spend 6 hours? It's because I know my head better than anybody else, and I could just have someone do it, but I'm very, very OCD about how my hair blends and how I want it to fall, and I know exactly the growth patterns of my hair, so I know exactly how to lay them and how I'm going to style it and how it's going to all come together in the end. I like what I like, and I like how I like it. Already looking so much better. I look like I have long hair. Wow. Of the ear, right here. And then we're gonna go probably to like the top of the ear, and that's gonna be our next row. But here's what we got going on. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have like 4 and then we have 3, but like there's a hole right here. We gotta fix that. We'll do the next row, which will be like up to here. Oh, I found out that we can do it like this so you guys can see it. What I did, so we put 3, put 1 right there because it needed to blend, and then I put 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have 1 right here so far. Also, when you sit, your posture is a lot better. So I just press it down, flip it up, clip it. The hair that should be on the sticker should already just stick its way up. I've literally just been sitting on my hardwood floor doing this for like 6 hours. I tell myself, you just do this and then you have 2 months of confidence. Worth it. You stick it. I didn't expect to love the extensions as much as I do, but the confidence that it gives me is, it's great. Last time I did it, I started at the front and then I went to the back, and I think that was better for short hair because when you start applying them from the top and then you go to the bottom, when you lift the hair up, it's easier to lift it up and just hold up all the small pieces with the new long hair that you have on. So it's easier. So like if I were to lift this up, you see like under there, it's much easier to reach. So I mean, you can really do it either way, but I'm just for preference, I would say next time I'm starting from the top again. So far the back, use these clips. Making sure your sections are clean. I use to part is I use a fine-tooth comb to make sure the line is as straight as I can get it. You want to make sure it's very precise, otherwise it's just not going to work out. You want to make sure you're staying an inch away from the front hairline. The worst thing, and the thing that I run into, at least with 1 or 2 of them, is I will end up putting it way too close to the scalp. These ones back here, since it's hard to see, and I'll have to like redo them because they just stick out and they're like pinching my scalp. And then I flip it down. This one's a little closed. You see? She's coming together. Just a little bit below the crown. Put that at a very slight angle. I like to think that patience is something that is just like anything. You have to work on it and you have to develop it in order to have it and in order to attain it. This is a big test of patience. The best piece of advice that I have if you do attempt to do this is you want to remind yourself to have patience, and if you start to feel a little anxious or you want to rush, you have to be like, okay, slow down. This is going to take as long as it's going to take, and I will get to the end at some point. And it's not going to be good if I rush, because if I rush, then there's mistakes that'll happen. That's been what I've been telling myself the entire day for these 7 hours that I'm working on myself. The flip side is when I'm with a client, I can work on her for 12, 13 hours if I need to. I can spend as long as I want on somebody else, but on myself, patience is hard. I knew it was going to be maintenance, and I'm telling myself, like, I know that the results are worth it. Yes, I can live without it, but the results are worth it. I spend about 15 minutes curling my hair. Yeah, it'll last me about 3 days. And in those 3 days, like, I just have to, like, touch up the front when I wake up. It really does save time. All right, she's coming together. Look at that. A whole new woman. I have side bangs, so we're gonna put one right there. And so I have about 3 more. So happy to have like nice hair again. It's like I'm able to create my own schedule, and so sometimes I like to just overdo it and work a lot. I usually don't. I usually am really on top of it, but since it's been the holidays, I was like, you know, people need their hair done, so might as well just like take advantage of that as much as I can. So all of December I worked like every single day. I did go home for the holidays. That was my little break. With that though, I didn't really give myself any time to take care of myself, and that's like a huge thing that you have to do, especially if you're a hairstylist, if you're on your feet, like in order to like give back to the people. I mean, just with any career that's like very demanding, like you have to also make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because then you don't have much to give if you're not. It's simple as that. I was like working so much, and I was taking care of myself. I went to the gym, and I was still eating healthy and doing all those things that like keep me going. But the one thing that I did not have time for, and also being in this industry, a lot of us don't have time for, is getting our hair done. And so for me, what that looks like is if I don't get my hair done, then my tape-ins were just like grown out, past due, just hanging out, and it was looking not too good. I mean, I know how to style it, so like I made it through, but I know if I like move my head a certain way, like there was one that was just like dangling out in the back, and it was not a good look. Like I hope to never ever let it get that bad. I mean, it was only 5 weeks, so it really wasn't terrible. But on short hair, everything's noticeable. That was my December. We all have those like, you know, past due points, but mine was like past due, past due. Just the fact that it was so bad. And now that I have this, I'm just like, oh, this is so good. It's like so refreshing. I've never like gotten to experience the extensions for a second time, and I gotta say, it's definitely better the second time. So I do one like here, I do one right here, and then I like to do one diagonal in the middle. In my waves, it like cascades out, so we need one that's like slanted, so it'll like push it out a little bit more. Seriously, invest in tape-ins. Like they're so great. I don't color my hair, and my hair grows very thick, so I have a lot of hair, so like the little bit of hair that it does pull out, like I'm not worried about losing. Also, when you do see like that you it does take some of your hair out, like we do lose like 100 hairs a day. Longer hair, I would not put one super close to the parting. Since this is short hair, it's not a bad idea to put one close to the parting. Okay, so this is the look. This is with it straight. Yeah, so now I will curl them real quick, and then that'll be it, and I'll show you how I style them. I like to just go over a few with the flat iron just so that they really stay. And here's the front. Super cute. I'm loving this straight hair look. That's it. I feel brand new. I feel super good, and I love it. My hair and the back of the hair, how it looks. This is it for the final look. I'm absolutely in love with these. These are them styled, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!